Oh. Hey everybody. Baps the phase. Aw, redo. Hi, welcome. I'll bap you back. Don't make me do it. Alright, like everybody, welcome to Storytime with Phase. Like usual, we'll give it about 5 minutes, and then we will jump right into it. Gives it some time for people to join in. Super excited. We are back on TikTok. The violation was overturned. Apparently, TikTok sent me an apology email saying that they apologized for the inconvenience, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. That they found no evidence of me being in violation of any of the user agreements. Which is duh. But, hey, Eric, welcome. Yeah, we are back on TikTok, as you can see. Yeah, I don't fly out for AC until, Thursday morning. Early Thursday morning. Very, very early. About 2 more minutes and we are gonna get started. Just so you guys know, if you weren't chimed into last week's episode of this Storytime with Phase, we ended on a choice, and so I will be calling on you, the audience, almost immediately to help vote on choices. What we're gonna be doing, how we're gonna move forward. So it's super important. Use the audience to be here. Yep. Alrighty, we're gonna get started. Like I said before, everybody, welcome to Storytime with Phase. It's very important that you, the audience, are here because you vote on the decisions that we make going forward. Without you, we leave it up to chance on how we make decisions going forward in the storyline. Alrighty, everybody. So, first things first, we need to vote on a drink. This goes to you, chat. Come on. Alright, we got one for tequila. What else? Anybody else want to vote on the drink? Anybody? We got tequila. Tequila going once. Tequila going twice, unless anybody else wants to vote. Alright, we're gonna go with tequila. Let's have something with tequila. Tequila. Feeling adventurous tonight, huh? What, are you not a fan? Theo shakes his head, grabbing a few bottles off the shelf behind him. I like tequila just fine, but it does not like me. not even a little bit. Same. Artemis chimes in, looking up from his phone. I owe my worst ever hangovers to tequila. Theo nods aggressively. Don't let that stop you, though. Clearly you're made of sterner stuff than we are. Let's see. You looking to do shots? Hunter bounces his eyebrows up and down at me from across the bar. Or if you're feeling festive, I can make you a margarita. Or, you know what? I think I have some grenadine. I could do a tequila sunrise. Any of those sound good? Alright. We got another choice, chat. Do shots with Hunter, have a margarita, or have tequila sunrise. Which one, chat? Dun, 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 dun. Uh-huh. Come on and vote. Which one of these three should we do? Do we have shots with Hunter, which is the muscular raccoon, have a margarita, or have a tequila sunrise? Ripe Sun, are you trying to say we should go with the tequila sunrise? Oh, you want to go with Hunter's drink. You want to go with the Hunter. Okay. Does anybody else? Anybody else want to vote? Going once? Going twice? Alright, we're going to do shots with Hunter. Well, I'll do a shot or two. Why not, right? Hell yeah. The raccoon slings a beefy arm over my shoulders and offers me a fist bump. I don't leave him hanging, of course. He laughs and pulls me closer, comfortably leaning against me. Alrighty then. Sup, Lunas, welcome. Theo hands us 2 sparkling shot glasses full to the brim. Oh, I almost forgot. He rummages around underneath the bar and pulls out a salt shaker and a bowl of lime wedges. Rafi stares at the collection of objects, clearly confused. Here, just watch me. I pour a generous amount of salt on my paw, pick up a lime wedge, and hold out my glass to Hunter. Cheers! He holds his glass out, grinning broadly. I clink it lightly with mine, lick the salt off my paw, tip the shot down my throat, and stuff the lime wedge in my mouth. Why you do any of that? Doing shots looks hard. That's just how you do tequila shots. It's tradition. Faze, we've got to go out drinking sometime. My treat. If the 2 of us go, then Dr. FOMO here will have to come as well. FOMO here will have to come as well. Hey, that's not fair. Theo tends to everyone's requests quickly, and soon after, everyone settles in with their drinks. The light chatter around me is pleasant. I can't remember the last time I was surrounded by such friendly faces. You know, what would be great with this drink? Rafi looks playfully and pointedly at Hunter, the alcohol clearly starting to set in. Some dumplings? Hunter, how about you go get them from upstairs? Oh, why me? Because my legs are broken and I can't get up. Besides, Artie and I already worked so hard to make them. And Theo's the bartender, so he's busy. Hey, I spent long hours out in the cold shoveling the sidewalks. Don't I get any points for that? With a dramatic sigh, I get to my paws. Alright, Rafi, I'll go collect your leftovers for you. Oh, I mean, I was just giving Hunter a hard time, but it's fine. I want one too. You're the best, Faze! I smile at him and head upstairs. As I enter the kitchen and grab the foil pan of dumplings, I can hear the clinking of glasses from the basement. As I slip one into my mouth, enjoying the savory taste, the juicy pop of flavor, and the sweet sound of muffled laughter. How long has it been since I felt like this? Like I belonged in a space. Like I could stand here forever in easy bliss. It almost feels too easy, too good to be true. Just just as I did yesterday morning, I walk over to the window and place a paw on the frozen glass. It chills me to the bone. For a fleeting moment, I remember a snowbound forest and the embrace of an icy lake. If this is all a winter dream, here's where I would wake up. At this moment, when joy is so near, here's where the other shoe would drop. I'm going to wake up right now. But I don't. The feelings of warmth and comfort remain. The sound of laughter flows on. Your friends are waiting for you, Faze. Go to them. I grab the dumpling pan and hurry downstairs. I arrive during a lull in conversation. Everyone's spread out around the basement. Seems like they've pretty much forgotten about the dumplings. I gently set the pan down on a table and let my gaze wander around the room. Will, thank you so much for the follow. Our gracious host, Theo, still serving drinks behind the bar. He keeps a diligent but tender eye on his guests. Artemis, cool, calm, and collected, he thumbs through a box of records, one talon resting easily on the top of the softly glowing jukebox. Ollie, soft-spoken, yet passionate, his eyes are bright with wonder as he fiddles with the old movie projector. My old friend Rafi, curled up on the couch, a blissful smile on his youthful face. Hunter, sprightly and happy-go-lucky, his dexterous paws are busy setting up the pool table, tongue sticking out in concentration. As I watch them, the joy I feel almost startles me. To think I could feel this strongly after only 2 days. Emboldened by this feeling, my eyes keep returning to one of them in particular. The one I want to spend the rest of the night with. Oh, why? Why? This feels like a huge choice. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, chat. Like, if I was doing this story by myself, I've never played this before, so I don't know where this goes, but I would go with Theo. But it's not up to me. This is up to you, the chat, to vote on who you want to spend the rest of the night chilling with. So let's hear it, guys. What do you want? Who do you want to hang out with the rest of the night? Theo, Artemis, Ollie, Rafi, or Hunter? Lunas is Art, okay? Don't say anything, Ripe. We don't know. So we got a vote for Art. Ripe's voting for Theo. Oh. I wish I could vote and break the tie. Come on, we need a tiebreaker. Somebody else vote. There's a bunch of you in the chat. Currently, the tie is between Theo and Artemis. So somebody vote. Eric votes Artemis. Alright. Bob, going once. Going twice. Artemis it is. Artemis leans easily against the jukebox, phone in hand. His wings flutter slightly behind him at regular intervals, as if dancing to some silent beat. The neon light of the jukebox caresses his face, highlighting his soft, feathery hair and the gentle curve of his beak. He looks so elegant, so collected, so handsome. Okay, maybe I'm getting a little tipsy. And maybe I don't really care. I muster my courage and walk over to join him, trying to look as natural as possible. Hey. Yo. Trying to pick some music? The bird looks up from the jukebox and nods. It's not a party without music. Is this really a party? There's only 6 of us here. Sure. Sure, why not? He flicks through the list of songs, his face folding into a gentle smirk. This thing's got mostly oldies, though. Theo's not beating the grandpa allegation. I swear, he's the most elderly 30-something I've ever met. Not a fan, huh? Nah, I like old shit. I'm just not sure it's the vibe tonight. Well, let me see the song list. I scooch up next to him and start flipping through the tracks. Brigadier Wolf, thank you so much for the follow. And hello. Welcome to Storytime with FaZe. I can feel his eyes on me as I work. Sharp, almost piercing, beneath his delicate lashes. Adi, thank you so much for the follow. I suddenly become very aware of how close we are and resist the urge to step away. Just be normal, FaZe. I know a few of these. This one's pretty good. Artemis squints at the title. Say that again. Artemis squints at the title and then looks back at me teasingly. You know that's a love song, right? Like a really serious one? Shit, hadn't thought of that. Why do I suck so bad at being normal? He looks around the room with a smirk. Listen, I know we're all buds here, but his eyes flip back to me. Unless his smirk widens. You trying to put the moves on somebody? Great response. Real smooth. Noticing my expression, his countenance softens and his eyebrows raise. Wait, actually though? I was mostly kidding, but are you? I'm thinking about it. Pineapple, question of the day doesn't take place for another 2 hours. Oh yeah? Right now it's just story time. Oh yeah? Then fuck it. Let's put some love songs on. Wingman Artemis reporting for duty. Before I can say anything, he punches a set of keys and the machine starts warbling. The scratchy sound of an old trumpet and piano fill the basement. Oh, good choice. Theo calls from over at the bar. This one's an old favorite of mine. That doesn't surprise me at all, Theo. Hey, you're the one who queued it up. Fair enough. Artemis turns back to me and lowers his voice. So, who's the lucky guy? I open my mouth to speak, but he beats me to it, his face lighting up in realization. Wait, actually, don't tell me. I think I know. He narrows his eyes and scrutinizes me, his face alight with easy mirth. Suddenly, I find it very hard to breathe, let alone speak. The piano melody strolls mockingly around us as we stare at one another. I think I know from the start, to be honest. You were pretty obvious. The muted trumpet spikes and shrills, and my heart tries to hammer its way out of my chest. You could have just told me straight up, you know. I swallow the lump in my throat. I didn't know how you would react, and I didn't want to make you uncomfortable or anything. Why would it make me uncomfortable? He speaks softly, reassuring, gracing me with his slight, lopsided smile. You worry too much. The music rises to a shimmering climax, and a brilliant elation flows through me with each labored heartbeat. You should tell him how you feel. I have a hunch Rafi feels the same way about you. What? Realization dawns on me, and I burst into a hearty fit of laughter. Oh. The bird blushes slightly, adjusting his beanie with an embarrassed talon. Or not, then. Sorry, I guessed wrong. I shake my head, still absorbed in giggles. Well, since I clearly, obviously, since I'm clearly oblivious, who is it? Yeah, no shit. Silly bird. Buoyed by the thrill of laughter, the words pour out of me with ease. It's you, Artemis. The pure shock on the bird's face makes me laugh even harder. Sorry. I'm not laughing at you. Okay, maybe I'm laughing at you a little bit, but oh no, yeah, no, it's okay. He scratches the back of his neck sheepishly. I just really didn't expect that. In a good way or not in a bad way. You really caught me off guard here. He finally meets my eyes again, a slight blush showing on his cheeks. Sorry for being such a dumbass. It's fine. Now it's my turn to give him a smirk. It suits you. He scoffs, his old sarcastic persona returning. Well, it caught your attention, so I guess you're right. He leans back against the wall, stretching his wings out and crossing his arms. So, what's the plan? I'm still waiting for you to put the moves on me. My anxiety ebbs, completely replaced by exhilaration. Well, first I figured I'd get so nervous that I could barely speak. Artemis nods sagely. A good opener. And then I'd act really cagey, so you'd think I was talking about someone else. Okay, I'm with you so far. And finally, when you didn't understand, I'd laugh at you and call you a dumbass. He gives me a short but pointed golf clap. Perfect. An A+ seduction. Thank you. I stuff my paws in my pockets and look up at him expectantly. Luminous, the question of the day doesn't take place until 1600 or 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Right now, it's story time. So that'll take place in a couple hours. So, he regards me with his usual sardonic smile. But this time, I can see a new warmth in his eyes. Luckily for you, you were direct. Honestly, I'm dumb as shit sometimes. If someone's flirting with me, I need them to spell it out. So the opposite of what I did at first. You got there. That's what matters. You picked a good song too, a classic. In fact, he turns to the jukebox and starts flipping through the track list again. Let me return the favor. Music always speaks louder than words anyway. Once more, I slide up to the jukebox with Artemis, and for a beautiful eternity, we take turns queuing up songs. The old speakers crackle and hiss, enveloping us in hazy jazz and deep, soulful vocals. And together we float, twin islands in the waves. Lightly touching, sometimes speaking, sharing these glimmering moments as the wind howls tunelessly outside. In lieu of words, we play music, sharing our flights of emotion through the whir and spin of vinyl. First playful, then deep. Elation gives way to sorrow, gives way to deep, desperate devotion, teased into the air by the loving scratch of the needle. A needle going round and round like the hands on the clock, singing sweet, eternal songs of love until even eternity ends. The muted, tender jazz, coupled with the warmth of the drinks, starts to take its toll. I fight back several yawns by heavy eyelids fluttering. I saw that. Bedtime. No, I can stay up. As if on cue, Theo walks out from behind the bar and announces, "Last call, folks. I'm afraid your bartender is exhausted." Bedtime. Artemis repeats gently. To my sleepy dismay, the others start heading upstairs as Theo finishes the final cleanup. Come on. He reaches out and smooths a bit of fur out of my face. I'll walk you up. I nod reluctantly and start to shuffle towards the stairs. When we reach the den, I turn back to Artemis. I had a lot of fun tonight. Yeah, it was my kind of party. I wanted it to go on forever. I say sheepishly, shuffling my paws. You'll see me tomorrow. I'm not going anywhere. Tomorrow. When was the last time I actually looked forward to tomorrow? Promise? Promise? Promise. Good night, Faze. Good night, Artemis. And with those few words, he slips out of the room like a shadow. I think I can trust you. You're not a dream. When I open my eyes in the morning, you'll still be there. After all, you promised. Aww. The door is open, but I can't leave. Whoa. The music is so loud, but I can't turn it off. I make myself sick, but I can't change. Scared of the outside. Scared of the silence. And most of all, scared of... The music grows impossibly louder, clawing at my eardrums with frantic fingers. The bass rattles my bones, trying to pull them from my flesh. I can't do this anymore. I have to go. Somewhere, anywhere else. I throw open the nearest door and stumble outside, kicking up snow and old trash. My frantic eyes spot a nearby railing, and I haul myself in that direction, just barely making it before my knees give out. Just need a moment. My talons move without thought, like a puppet on a string, digging through my pockets for that familiar, calming shape. Sweet heat, cool fire. Just what I needed. The reek of the overflowing dumpster invades my nostrils, but I couldn't care less. Just a moment to burn away the panic, here under the velvety wing of solitude. When was the last time I was alone? Completely, blissfully alone. Without those sharp eyes digging into my back. I can't even remember. The music from the club gets louder still, as if reaching out for me, noticing my escape. I shiver as a cold wind sweeps past, ruffling my exposed feathers. I shiver again, remembering the feeling of grasping paws and hot breath on my neck. Another drag, burning through me, harsh and cleansing. I should go back. My friends are probably looking for me. I want nothing less. Right on cue, the wretched door crashes open, and he steps through, bringing the sound and the fury with him. His harsh eyes turn from livid to relieved as soon as he sees me. Oh, there you are! You should have told me you were just going out for a smoke. We all thought you bailed like you did last time. He laughs, sweet yet mocking. My stomach curdles with shame and anger, still turning over and over to anxiety's steady beat. Yeah, I needed a minute. I figured, you never last too long at these kinds of shows. He slumps against the railing next to me, fishing out a cigarette of his own. He always looks so much cooler than me when he smokes. So, he looks down at me, eyes twinkling behind a curl of smoke. What was it this time? Music too loud? Well, yeah, actually. Feels like they keep cranking it up higher and higher. The bass vibrates in my throat as I speak, barging its way through the closed metal door. He laughs again. That's because they are. That's sort of the whole point. I've got to take you out to more of these nights, if that's still bothering you. He snorts with laughter, a smoky cloud billowing from his nostrils. Slumped against the railing in the dim fluorescent light, he looks like a smug, sinuous dragon deciding whether or not to incinerate me with a blast of flame. What else? Well, another shiver. That one tiger kept, my voice catches in my throat. Rough paws ruffling my feathers. Oh, right, yeah. Francis. Couldn't keep his paws off you, huh? My eyes snap to his smiling face, smoke forgotten. I guess I should have warned you. He's got a real thing for birds. You saw? And you didn't help? I sure did. Pretty sure everyone did. Sometimes I hate that shit-eating grin of his. Look, I'm sorry about him. He's kind of a pain in the ass, yeah. But his brother runs the club. He shrugs and takes another drag, either not noticing or not caring that my eyes are boring through his skull. And we like coming here, so that's the way it's gotta be. Besides, the cover of this place is way out of our budget. There's no way we'd get in otherwise. My talons curl tightly around the bars of the cold metal fence, like the bars of a cage, dangling like bait over the abyss. Inside, the song changes, and he straightens, stubbing out his cigarette and tossing it away. Yeah, that's one of my favorites. Hey, come on back in, I'll buy you another drink. I don't move. I don't even speak. Hey, Earth to Leap. What's your usual, a rum and coke? No. My voice cracks a little. I'm not drinking tonight. Oh. Well, no wonder you're having a shitty time. He grabs me by the shoulder. His grip is soft, but completely insatiable. Inescapable. Blech. Once you get a few drinks down you, you'll be right as rain. He begins to gently tug me back toward the door, every inch like being dragged over hot coals. No, actually, I think I want to go home. What? His voice takes on that familiar edge, sharp as a knife. Come on, it's only been like an hour. And I'm everyone's ride, remember? I did remember. How could I forget 45 insufferable minutes in a packed, smoke-choked car, careening through the streets at breakneck speed? I know, but I'm just really not feeling well, and he changes tact and sighs deeply, stuffing his paws in his pockets. Alright, look, if you really want to go home, I could take you, but there's always a but. I just think it's kind of selfish of you, that's all. The word selfish strikes me like a whip. We've all been looking forward to this show for like a month, okay? I invited you because you're my friend, and I love you. A nervous flutter of the heart, unbidden and unwanted, but completely undeniable. But if I'd known you'd bail 50 minutes in, he sighs again. Look, I can't leave right now, okay? But I can call you a ride. His gaze hardens, now absolutely withering. What? I don't think I can afford it. You're shitting me. He crosses his arms, eyes beating me down into the pavement. Let me get this straight. You agreed to come out to this club that you know I've been super excited about. And immediately after you get here, you start acting weird and standoffish. You won't drink, you won't dance, you won't even stay in the building. And now you're telling me I have to drive you home because you don't have any money? Well, you don't have to. I would just need to borrow. He says my name like a death sentence, like the tolling of a cold brass bell, like the swinging shut of an iron cage door. You're embarrassing yourself and me. Every time you do this, I have to stick my neck out for you. And to be honest, I'm getting pretty sick of it. With a final, long-suffering sigh, he pulls out his wallet and starts rifling through it. I'll ask the others. We'll lend you the money for a ride. But this is it, okay? If you leave tonight, we're done. Theoretically on cue, he pauses and meets my eyes, already knowing what will happen. I stand there, stuck between the frozen streets and the harsh, blaring beats. I last longer than usual. He seems to notice as well, like he can see me fighting it. But then I crumble, like I always do. Okay, I'll come back inside. Just like that, the violence in his eyes vanishes, replaced at once by a jovial smile, triumphant and victorious. I regretfully stub out my cigarette, grinding its sweet, precious warmth into the iron railing. Sorry for being the way I am. Hey, no worries. I'm used to it by now. He slings a weary arm over my shoulders and tugs me back to the door. Emira. Hey, Emira, I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. This game is Promises to Keep. He's warm, despite the cold, and the soothing smell of sweet booze and musky cologne washes over me. Let's get you that rum and coke. You're gonna have fun tonight, even if it kills both of us. He wrenches the door open, and we plunge headfirst into the abyss. I crank my head around, frantically trying to catch one last glimpse of my escape. The door is open, but I can't leave. It starts to swing shut like a coffin lid being nailed into place. I can almost hear the pounding of the hammer in the time of the vibrating room around me. I feel every strike square in the chest, reverberating through my aching body. I hear someone calling my name, a familiar gruff voice that sets every feather on the edge. I feel that slender arm, my final anchor, uncoiled from my shoulder, setting me loose, lost adrift in the violent waves and clouds of smoke. A different pair of paws envelop me and my mind goes blank. The room around me fades into blurred streaks. Voices and lyrics meld into slurred, stuttering blasts of sound. Pounding over and over to the steady beat of the hammer. The squalling of the heavy iron door, the squealing of the heavy iron door, slamming shut with a sound like the sound of shattering glass wrenches me awake. Ha! The sound of shattering glass wrenches me awake. For one endless moment, dream and reality blur together. I feel the harsh, numbing beat of the music in my veins, thumping in violent, clashing contrast to the howl of the wind. I feel the comforting, suffocating weight of an arm across my shoulders. I feel betrayal. sharp as a knife in the back. Easy there. Deep breaths. I fill my tattered lungs with air and pull my knees up to my chest, waiting for the feeling in my limbs to return. None of that was real. Phase. It was all a dream. Look around you. This, right here in front of you, is real. The familiar sight of Theo's den comes into focus as my eyes adjust. With one notable difference. I stumble to my paws in the dim moonlight and begin fumbling for the light switch. A fallen tree branch protrudes into the room like a gnarled hand, reaching towards me with clawed, beckoning fingers. I stand dumbly in the center of the room, staring at the unwelcome intruder. Thump, thump, thump. My eyes trace the branch up to its base and out the shattered window to the howling darkness outside. Thump, thump, thump. Ooh. What is that sound? Thump, 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 thump. Oh, it's my heart. The blood pounding in my veins, my legs wobbly, and I slump back down onto the air mattress, shaking all over. The rhythmic beats intensify, and I uselessly cover my ears, pressing them flat against my head. It does nothing, of course, to dull the throbbing ache in my skull. I'm not sure how long I sit there, hunched and shivering, eyes wide and stiff, staring blankly at the floor. It must have been at least a year. No, 10 years? Perhaps 20. Until finally there's room for thought. Room for reason. I can still feel his paws on my fur, his weight pressing onto me. Maybe I always will. Phase. It was just a dream. I remind myself again, more forcefully this time. I flex my claws, digging ever so slightly into my fur. Soft pinpricks of pain, grounding me, here in this body. Artemis. I scrabble for my phone and do the only thing that comes to mind. It rings 3 times, punctuated by the wind's steady pulse. A rough click and the sound of A rough click and the sound of shuffling blankets. Phase? For the first time in an eternity, something speaks louder than the pounding of my heart. Phase, you there? I latch onto his words, each one quieting the resonant beats within. Look, I appreciate that you're thinking about me, but it's like 3 in the morning, so... Artemis, the den. I force all my energy into my words, trying as hard as possible to sound normal. Huh? There was a fallen branch. It broke the window. Oh. Shit. Yeah. I'm sorry for asking, but do you mind? Of course. Sorry for being an ass. I'll be right up. Do me a favor and put shoes on, like, right now, before you step on anything sharp. Click. After only a few minutes, the blue jay shoulders, the door open, eyes alight with concern. It takes every ounce of restraint not to bury my face into his feathers and muffle the outside world. His discerning gaze sweeps across the room as he quickly takes in the state of things. Then he lets out a slow, tuneful whistle. Whoa. This sucks. I feel a strangled laugh claw its way up my throat, sharp and desperate, tinged with hysteria. Yeah, it sure does. I just can't catch a break, huh? Clearly not. So, what? Did you, like, walk under a ton of ladders before this? Or blow up a mirror factory? The laugh breaks free, and then some of my strangled tension leaves with it. Not lately, no. Okay, good, because I'm going to be sharing a room with you moving forward, and I don't need any more bad luck. I blink at Artemis several times in rapid succession, not quite sure if I heard him correctly. Sharing a room? Yeah. What do you think, you're still gonna sleep here after this? Absolutely not. As soon as we're done cleaning up here, we're moving your stuff down to the basement. Nope. He cuts me off. A slight blush clearly visible on his feathered cheeks. I won't hear any arguments. Or apologies. I can tell you've got one locked and loaded. I swallow the blah, 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 blah. I swallow the obligatory sorry and nod. I spend enough time around Ollie. I know when someone's about to apologize for no reason. Wilhelmina, thank you so much for the follow. Thanks, Artemis. Yeah. He waves a talent, blushing even harder. Anyway, speaking of cleaning up, we should probably start doing that now. Instead of whatever this is. Right. I rub my eyes furiously with both paws and give my pounding head a shake. I'll get a broom from the kitchen and start sweeping up the glass. Good first step. The bird pauses for a moment, eyes flicking around the room. I think I'm going to get Theo. Of course, Theo. He'll want to see this, even if it upsets him. He'd probably be more upset if we waited till morning to tell him. Just, prepare yourself for a frantic grandpa. I walk into the already lit kitchen and do a quick sweep for a broom and dustpan. By the time I locate it, I can already hear muffled voices and the sound of fast, heavy paw steps. Hey, slow down a bit, will you? Theo, wild-eyed and panting, ignores Artemis completely and wrenches open the den door. Now that the master of the house is here, the howling wind seems louder than before. Theo's eyes land on the branch, and he winces with real pain, as if it had pierced him instead. Artemis and I exchange worried glances. We had expected Theo to be distressed, but I can tell he's immediately regretting the frantic grandpa jab from earlier. The fox takes another step towards the broken window, and Artemis starts forward, talons outstretched. Hey, whoa, what did I just say? There's glass everywhere. Theo, buddy, you should really put on some shoes. Theo, buddy, you should really put on some shoes. Put some shoes on. Ah, why is that line hard? Theo, buddy, you should really put... We're gonna get it. Theo, buddy, you should really go put some shoes on. We're doing it, we're taking it, we're moving on. Artemis turns to me, attempting to grab the reins of the situation. Faze, you want to start sweeping up? I'll get to work moving the furniture. No. Theo's voice is hoarse and clipped, pulsing with raw panic. Go out to the living room. I'll handle this. What? Artemis' stormy brow furrows sharply. No, I don't think so. This is my house. This is my responsibility. Theo speaks with his back to us, shoulders set in a rigid line. Don't be dense. Do you honestly think you can move that branch out of here by yourself? Theo starts to retort, but Artemis interrupts him. Besides, if you think we're going to repay your kindness by making you clean all this up alone, then we've given you the wrong impression. Theo turns back to us then, a new anger burning in his wide, frantic eyes. I can feel the blood start to pound out once more in my skull. You don't owe me anything. I'm telling you to let me handle it. Artemis frowns, clearly unwilling to back down. And what, you think we'll just sit around for the next few hours watching? My gaze darts between the bird and the fox, unsure of what to do. The broom and dustpan hang uselessly in my paws. What happens when you sprain your back lifting that branch? That familiar dread starts to bubble up once more. Do you think he'd be doing Do you think he'd be doing us any favors, lying injured on the couch? I should say something. I have to interject. Guys, I don't... Sprain my back? Just how old do you think I am? Thump, 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 thump. Will you calm down? I didn't say... Thump, 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 thump. I'm perfectly capable of taking care of my own house, Artemis. And furthermore, I don't know who you think you are, too. Who? For a moment, the room goes white. I hear the muffled clatter of the broom hitting the floor, and then all sound fades, replaced by a steady pressure and a feeling of absence. Faintly, I feel my back impact the wall and slide roughly downward, almost like I'm feeling it happen to somebody else. A strong, solid arm drapes over my shoulders, and an arm over my shoulder, pulling me back. No! With a violent, flailing motion, I shake off the arm. Phase? Artemis draws his arm back, clearly shaken by my violent reaction. Phase, we're here. It's gonna be okay. My breath returns in slowly, stuttered gasps. I'm sorry. I don't know what... Theo cuts me off. No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have raised my voice. And, I guess I should apologize too for being the way I am. Sorry, Theo. Phase. The room goes quiet, except for the low hum of the wind from the window. We should really patch that up. And we're helping you, Theo, whether you like it or not, so... Will you please go put on some shoes? The spark of animosity still lingers in the air, but I can tell Theo's too tired to pursue it. Okay. He turns and slops out of the room, his expression too complex to read. Artemis sighs, sifting pieces of glass with his booted foot. Well, I fucked that one up pretty hard, as usual. But, Whatever about me. Are you okay? You were out like a light for a bit there. Yeah, I'm alright. Despite my best efforts, I don't sound particularly convincing. Does this happen to you a lot, or no? He gives me a concerned once over, still crouched beside me on the hardwood floor. I know I said we'd both help, but maybe you should go lie down. I'm worried about you, bud. I seriously consider it for a moment. Just a moment, though. Then I struggle back upright, grabbing the fallen broom and dustpan. No, I'll be fine. I think it was just, with everything going on, just a little too much for me. Artemis drops his gaze, guilt plain in his eyes. Yeah, makes sense. Okay, I know I'm really annoying about apologies, but I feel like it's warranted here. I'm sorry for starting that argument. I really thought I was helping by pushing Theo like that. For what it's worth, I think it's what we needed to hear. For what it's worth, I think it's what he needed to hear. Hmm, maybe. Anyway, that's enough drama for one night. I'll be chill from now on. Promise. I muster a smile for the blue jay, feeling some life return to my weary frame. Thanks. We get to work. The sweeping takes much longer than I expected. Artemis' hawkish eyes continuously spotting small sharps I missed. After only a few minutes, I wordlessly handed him the broom. He gracefully accepts with his usual sardonic grin. We swap jobs, and I pick up where he left off, moving the furniture and gathering the fallen items, being particularly wary of hidden glass. Theo joins us not long after, sporting some thick snow boots and a chagrined expression. Welcome back! Ah, I think Faze could use a hand organizing things. Artemis treats him to a deliberately soft smile. Theo nods, smiling sheepishly back. Thank you. You too. Don't mention it. Just earning our keep. With Theo's help, the work goes very smoothly, and before long, only the main arm of the massive branch remains. Artemis eyes. Eh. Artemis eyes it skeptically, dusting off his talons. I don't know how much your help will be here. To be honest, you've seen my noodle arms. Don't be dense. Theo repeats Artemis' earlier jab with a playful smile, taking up his position by the gnarled wood. Guess I deserved that. Okay, where do you want me? Here. You and FaZe can take this side, and we'll all lift it once. Roger that. We take a few moments to angle ourselves around the branch. I steady my grip, waiting for the others to do the same. Ready? 1, 2, 3. We all lift on 3, muscles straining. Artemis and I immediately stagger backwards, pushing back by Theo's disproportionate strength. Hi, 8888887. Thank you so much for the follow. Easy there, cowboy. I grip my teeth and double my efforts, and Artemis does the same. Ooh. Got a good hold on it? Yep, let's walk. In slow, steady steps, we walk the branch back out the window until it catches on something unseen outside. I think, here, let's drop it for a second. Gently now. We work together to let the branch back down onto the floor. I think I'll head outside and pull from the other end. Then you two can push from in here. Makes sense to me. Artemis replies, clearly trying to catch his breath. Theo turns and strides out the door with far more purpose and intention than he did just a minute ago. Shit, he's really strong. Where the hell is he keeping all that? Yeah, he almost knocked us over. I honestly think he could have moved it by himself. We both jump slightly as Theo's voice echoes through the room. Okay, I'm ready. Start pushing on my signal. We scramble into place and add our meager efforts to his, shoving the invading branch back out the window to the darkness beyond. With a loud exhale and a few jerk movements, Theo pulled it through. Okay, now let's get something to seal up this window. Some duct tape and garbage bags will do for now. Both should be in the kitchen, I think. As we walk through the house to the kitchen, some of our usual levity returns. Our smiles are wider, our steps are lighter. I guess it's true what they say. Sharing pain halves it. Sharing joy doubles it. What are you grinning about over there? Oh, nothing really. Just a silly thought. You have a nice smile, Faze. It looks good on you. I stutter out a blushing reply and shove my paws into my pockets. Let's stay on track here, okay? Yes, sir. Sure enough, after only a minute of searching, we find what we're looking for. Garbage bags under the sink, duct tape placed neatly in the junk drawer. See, I told you every house has one. Okay, maybe you and Theo have a junk drawer, but I do not. So where do you keep all your junk then? All your loose batteries and packets of soy sauce? Where they belong, in the garbage. I shake my head in disappointment, tucking the duct tape into my hoodie pocket. And here I thought you were civilized. That was my first mistake. That was your first mistake. The two of us get to work covering the window with the thick plastic bags, using long strips of duct tape to hold them in place. I take on duct tape duty, my claws easily slicing the tape into reasonably sized pieces. Artemis starts to patch up the window, and before long we stand back to admire our work. Papa Pyro, this is promises to keep. I think there's still a bit of an opening around the bottom right corner. He grabs the tape and starts fiddling with it. Here, I can do it. He beats me to it, resorting to ripping the tape with his beak. Wait, don't rip it like that. Isn't that really bad for you? Yeah, well, so is losing your mind. Which is what I was doing trying to rip it with my talons. Next time, just let me do it then. Alright, fine. I just need one more strip. After finishing up the window, we start on the bookshelves, helping Theo rearrange their contents. Some of these books are pretty hefty duty, Theo. I'm honestly impressed. Oh, don't be. I haven't read half of them. I'm impressed you've read any of them. I haven't opened a book since college. Really? How long has it been? 5 years, I guess? Shit, already? Huh. What was your degree? Yeah, about that. Never got one. Dropped out after the first year. Theo chuckles. Well, that's one more year of college than I had. And yet, you're the one who can actually read a book, so. Yeah. It's not a competition. Finally, our work begins showing real results just as the first hints of dawn creep into the room. That's looking pretty darn good. I don't have any plywood on hand, so I'll have to do it until the storm blows over. I have some. Artemis chirps, leaning back against the wall. My landlord left a ton extra building supplies in the basement of my building. I'm sure he won't notice if a few boards go missing. Theo raises an eyebrow. Stealing from your landlord, huh? He grins wickedly. Good for you. I'll take you up on that offer. Artemis nods easily. First, though, I want to help Vase get settled downstairs. Oh, that's right. You'll be needing a new place to sleep. I guess sharing the basement does make the most sense. The two of you should have plenty of space down there. Yep, that's the idea. I just want to finish up a few things. Here, but let me know if you need help with the other mattress. Blech. Sure thing. If you hear screaming and the breaking of bones, just come running. Of course. Thanks again, Artemis. I know I'm intruding into your space here. Hardly my space, but I get what you mean. It's no trouble at all. You don't snore, do you? Just yanking your chain. Come on. Alright, we're gonna stop there. Well, let's finish. As I stretch the bed sheets over the still inflating air mattress, my lack of sleep catches up to me. Big time. You could go back to bed, you know. Artemis chirps, not looking up from his phone. Really thinking about it. What about you? Like I said, I'm gonna go pick up the supplies from my apartment. Oh, right. I'm coming too then. There's really no need. He slips his phone away and stands abruptly. It's only a few boards. I shouldn't need help. Look at yourself. You're exhausted. Just get a few more hours of sleep. Theo and I will handle the rest from here. I attempt a pouting expression, but find it swiftly ruined by my deep yawn. This is the second time you've put me to bed in 12 hours. Well, hopefully it actually works this time. Relax, okay? You've been through a lot lately. Despite my protests, I can already feel my eyes closing. Just for a few minutes. Before I can say another word, I find myself falling into sweet, downy nothingness. Alrighty. We're going to stop there for today. Thank you, everybody, for those of you who were... Yes. Those of you who joined in to the live. It was super awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you for all of your votes on the decisions. But I also wanted to give you all a heads up. I will not be doing story time this Friday. I will be at Anthrocon and just will not be in a position to do that because I'm going to be enjoying the con. Okay. I hope those of you who are going to Anthrocon, I hope you find me and come say hi. I would love for that. It'd be awesome to meet you, take pictures. But that's going to be it for today. Join us here in about 40 minutes for a question of the day on TikTok. With that, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye.